So episode 11 of Fruits Basket just dropped, and overall, it was a really good episode, and a really welcome change of pace and tone from episode 10. Don't get me wrong, I loved episode 10, but there's been such an underlying sense of foreboding and tension that has been building up throughout the beach arc that the story needed to slow down and have a more low-key episode. Unlike a lot of episodes this season, this episode didn't really feature a whole lot of story progression, but it more served to set up future plot points and tie up some loose ends. The loose end primarily comes in the form of Kagura and Kyo's relationship. Essentially, since now we as the audience know how Kyo feels about Toru, it was time to kill off that particular love triangle. Love triangles as a whole are kind of overdone, and since we're due to get a few more of them as the story progresses in one way or another, it was definitely time to move on from this one. It's revealed that Kagura's obsession with Kyo stems from the fact that he makes her feel good about her circumstances, because he's so much worse off than her, and I think it's pretty clear that as he got older, he noticed this, so he pulled away. He makes it clear that he doesn't love her and he never will, and then they have an emotional embrace. And I'm not gonna lie, this scene gave me some feels. Seeing Kagura's face when she realised what Kyo was gonna say to her, seeing young Kyo all sad with no one to play with, and then seeing his beads get ripped off, ugh, tough stuff. This also means the two characters can finally be separated in the story and grow independently. Previously, a lot of Kagura's story and personality was directly linked to Kyo. Essentially, she was his stalker, and that was it. But now there's a chance to see where a character can go without being tied down as the crazy stalker stereotype. And then we come to the other main plot point of the episode, Toru's secret meeting with Kazuma. Now this didn't really push the plot forward a whole lot either, other than to reveal to Toru things that we already knew. Primarily that the Zodiac members are particularly susceptible to Akito's cruelty, and that eventually Kyo will be expected to go and live alone in the cat house, and the others are going to be confined to the Soma estate, pretty much in the way Kureno is. Other than that, it just served to reinforce the fact that Toru is very determined to free them from the curse, so much so that she's willing to lie to the Somas about where she's been, which would be unthinkable for her character previously, so that shows some growth there as well. Then finally we get another glimpse at Rin, and she's mad that Toru's meddling in their affairs. I'd say her introduction is probably the only real negative aspect about the episode as a whole. I'm very much over the very slow burn introduction thing they've got going on for her. She turns up, she's angsty, she leaves. At first it was intriguing, then it was kind of annoying, and now I'm just tired of it. It's really time to ramp up her involvement in the story. Overall, the episode was good. It was definitely slower, but like I said before, I think that was needed after last week's episode. After a big arc like we've just seen, you need an episode or two to readjust and start planting the seeds for the future. That's what this episode needed to do, and I think it did it very well. It frees Kyo up from Kagura at last while also giving her character some much needed development. It keeps building up Rin's motivations, even if it's doing it a bit slow for my taste, and it points the way forward for what Toru is going to be doing in the latter half of this season, namely trying to figure out how she can break the curse and free the Somas from Akito's cruelty. It did everything a cooldown episode needs to do without feeling like it was turning into a little bit of filler, and it's got me excited to see what happens next week and in the rest of the season.